What is going on, people? It is the one and only your boy Svenny-D, and today, people, I'm bringing you another gameplay commentary. I love how I always make that rhyme. I'm actually thinking about patenting that little trademarked quote that I use in the beginning. Gameplay commentary. But anyways, people, as foolish as I sound right now, we are putting to rest the great debate of 2011. We are putting it to rest on my channel. I'm sure it will continue through this video and through the next year. Actually, I know that it will. And that debate is Battlefield 3 versus Modern Warfare 3. We've seen countless numbers of videos. We've heard from the developers and the publishers themselves talking about copying each other, so on and so forth. And I read an article. This article is titled Battlefield 3 Beta Signals Defeat for Modern Warfare 3. That is not how I am coming about this commentary. As much as I would love to believe that, as much as I would love to see that, I don't believe that it will happen. And it's nothing that I hold as a personal grudge against Call of Duty. It's just that I like how Battlefield is bringing something fresh to the table, something new, and they're really gearing this up to be an actual competitor to Call of Duty, unlike the recent first-person shooter titles like Homefront, Medal of Honor, so on and so forth. So I read through this article and it made a lot of really good points, brought up a lot of different aspects of the competition between the two. And instead of just kind of rephrasing the stuff they said and kind of spouting off the article to you, I'm going to give you my opinions on some of the important topics I thought they brought up. I'm definitely going to try to be as unbiased as possible, but my opinion is going to be incorporated into this video, so it might be a little biased at parts, and I apologize to you for that. So anyways, let's get this party started. Battlefield. Battlefield is something that caught my eye when Battlefield Bad Company 2 was released. I absolutely loved that game. It is my favorite to this day. And it's been an absolute monster in its own. I love everything about the game, how it really gears you towards playing the objective, towards teamwork, towards strategy, and the different aspects of the game, like they have the vehicles, the destructive environments, so on and so forth. Bullet drop, I mean, we could go on and on about that game. And up until this point, I had never really been big into Battlefield. Battlefield 2 was alright, but Bad Company 2 is what really caught my eye. And I love that game to this day, and I will never trade that game in. Battlefield's never really emphasized single player. They've always really focused on the multiplayer, especially for their hype and PR, so on and so forth. And, you know, I never really enjoyed the single player too much. I actually recently, within the past few months, just went and finished the Battlefield Bad Company 2 single player, and I did enjoy it. I thought it was fun, but it was definitely nothing like the heart-pounding, exciting experience that you get from a Call of Duty single player campaign. While Call of Duty, on the other hand, has always geared and hyped up their games based on both aspects, multiplayer and single player. We see the single player trailers all throughout the year. They even have their own COD Expo just to reveal the multiplayer, which should tell you how big the multiplayer actually is. I love the fast-paced action of Call of Duty. I love how, you know, I prefer the realism and authenticity in Battlefield, but at the same time, it's nice to kind of get away from that and do some crazy-ass shit where you actually have a chance to be, you know, a one-man army, so to say, without using the perk, may I add. And I love the Call of Duty experience. It's something that I've been a part of since, you know, COD 4, followed it through with World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, and definitely going to follow that through with Modern Warfare 3. And even furthermore, through the single player and multiplayer, they've had the side modes such as Spec Ops, Zombies, the upcoming survival mode, which I'm extremely excited about, and they always really hit the trifecta on all three parts, in my opinion. Just to clarify it, Battlefield is my game of choice, but only in terms of multiplayer. I would definitely go as far as saying that Battlefield Bad Company 2 is my favorite game today. So, you know, recently the Battlefield beta hit, and a lot of people were highly anticipating this beta, and a lot of people were also very disappointed with the beta. And what I had seen was a lot of people that weren't familiar with the Battlefield franchise and just weren't really, you know, Battlefield 3 or Battlefield players in general, so to say. Those are the people that really hated on it. And I made a commentary that was very aggressive, talking about how people need to realize that it's just a beta. It's not even anywhere near the finished product of the game. And I think a lot of people had that misperception that it was the finished product of the game. And unfortunately, I hate to break it to you people that do believe that, but it's not. It doesn't even bring you the entire aspect to that map, let alone the entire game. And whether it's Battlefield or another game, you should never base your entire opinion of a game off of a beta. The beta had issues such as, you know, there were parts of the maps that were really buggy, hit detection, lag, so on and so forth. Another point that was brought up were the dedicated servers. Everyone was saying, to me especially, you know, you always talk up these dedicated servers. Well, what the hell happened? Well, I also want to inform you guys that say stuff such as that those are not the actual servers that are going to be powering and running the online multiplayer for Battlefield 3. And a lot of publishers and developers do this for betas. They don't use the actual servers they're going to use for the retail version of the game. And I'm just trying to clarify some points in a mature manner. We definitely don't need to get all fanboyish and, you know, start a little flame war and get all trollish and shit here. This is just my opinion to you guys, trying to be unbiased as possible and kind of, you know, just giving you guys my thoughts on the whole thing, because I know it's been a hot topic, not just amongst the YouTube community, but among the whole entire gaming community in general. The one thing Battlefield 3 beta has done is fueled a monster. And the reason I say that is because of a little marketing term some may know as word of mouth. You may have heard, I'm a business major. For those of you guys that don't know, I have my bachelor's degree in business administration with a focus in management and marketing. And one thing that I was definitely taught from the get-go when the marketing stuff came into play was that word of mouth was going to be the most effective means of PRing anything. And a quote that I was given was, whether good or bad, any PR is good PR at the end of the day. So really, whether people are telling their friends how much a game sucks or how awesome a game is, it's still bringing attention to that game, and it will make people think, and there's a pretty good chance that it will cause them to go and, you know, take a look-see for themselves. So even though a lot of these people that are hating on Battlefield 3 may be talking so much trash about it to their friends, I'm sure a lot of these people that are hearing this trash talk are going to be curious and want to find out for themselves. You know, the trailers have been a very, very effective tool for Battlefield. We saw the Caspian border gameplay, which was absolutely amazing, you know, along with the rest of the trailers that just were absolutely mind-blowing, to say the least. I mean, I was just blown away by watching the Caspian border trailer, and I had to watch it, like, you know, multiple times. I've probably watched it 10 or 15 times at least, and that's kind of, you know, leaning towards the lesser side of the two. So, I mean, I think Battlefield has done a great job of hyping up their game, and as far as doing the PR and stuff for it, they've absolutely nailed it. They've done exactly what they wanted to do, which wasn't just to generate good publicity, but to generate publicity in general, whether good or bad. And they've done an awesome job with that. The next thing this article talks about is the actual publishers, DICE versus Activision. I actually want to correct myself there. DICE is actually a developer. But the reason being is that Activision really has a stronghold over their developers as far as, you know, what they can do as far as the community, as far as what the community asks for. The Activision has a pretty tight leash on their developers, whereas EA is pretty much giving DICE more of a free roam to this game. You know, they're going to let them kind of handle their own business without being overly involved. And, you know, DICE is definitely considered with a lot more than Activision is, in my opinion. It's not just about the visuals and the presentation of the game to DICE. It's all about the gameplay and the community. And with Call of Duty, there's a big fallout as far as how they handle themselves with the community and amongst the community, as far as not listening to what the community asked for and what the community was, you know, hoping to be fixed. And a lot of people were really turned off just by that fact alone. But, you know, myself, it didn't really turn me off completely, because I think that they did a great job of kind of, you know, rejuvenating how they handle themselves amongst the community with Black Ops. And Black Ops, a lot of people say it was the worst COD. I think it had huge issues with it, but how they handled themselves with the community, I would definitely give them an A+ all day. But at the main point that really sells me on Battlefield 3 is that they are being innovative, and they're doing something new. They are expanding the boundaries of a first-person shooter to us as gamers, and I'm really excited to what they're doing with this new engine, so on and so forth. If any of you guys want to leave your comments, responses, anything, or even if you want to make a video response to this video, feel free to send anything you want. You know, definitely, I would say try to be mature and not be a complete troll about this, because I can promise you that I do answer all the comments, but if I see people that are being immature and just saying dumb shit, I'm not going to reply to you. I do not segregate who I answer to based on if you agree with me or not. It's about the maturity that you convey in your comments. So just something to keep in mind, people. I'm going to link the article in the description, and definitely expect to see a lot from Battlefield 3 and Modern Warfare 3 for me on my lovely channel. But until next time, people, it is your boy Svenny-D, and I will catch y'all later. Peace!